So welcome back to Tropical Gloss. Today we're going to have a quick look around the garden, see what plants are moving, see what changes there have been, and also if there's been any damage after the Storm Floris that came through. I know we got away with it pretty well down here in the south compared to the people up north, but let's just see if there was any damage or anything that happened because of it. I also took a trip to Millbrook Garden Centre down in Monmouth and videoed that, so you can have a look around, see what plants you've got there, and have a look at the amazing garden centre. So let's have a look around the garden first. So the storm's passed. Let's just check and see what it's done. So all of the palms look pretty good. Bit of a battered sable there, but everything else is looking good. This section always looks good, pretty sheltered by the bamboo, etc. And yeah, the Tetrapanax, well, Tetrapanax is starting to flower. So if you look in there, so if you ever want to know how you can tell if it's going to flower, you see the leaves coming out there, they're very thin, small, they're called flag leaves. And what happens is it sends out these flag leaves before the flowers, which you can see are developing in there, before they come out. So we'll keep an eye on that. Fingers crossed we'll get some berries and seeds off that. Everything else is looking good. Paulownia has stood up to the weather. So is everything down here. Everything looking lush. The rain has really done wonders. I absolutely love this ricinus. Such a dramatic colour. And then bamboo. So I moved this. That sable Bermudana was in there. It wasn't getting enough light, so I've moved it out. Put this division of Philostachus aureocolis in there, but yeah, it's been blown over, so I need to stand it up. It's in a pot, so no dramas. Poor bananas, look at them shredded. Absolutely shredded. Such is the life of bananas. So I wanted to discuss this plant because when I got the seeds, I requested for Phytolacca laccaboom. This is, after researching and looking at it and wondering why it's just gone so mental, because as far as I'm aware, Phytolacca grows up to like 90 centimetres max, and this thing is getting up to 3 metres up there now. So yeah, this is, I'm pretty sure, Phytolacca americana. So no wonder it's in the wrong place, because it should be a lot shorter. But as you can see here, berries are starting to develop on the flowers. So should get plenty of seeds. If anybody wants any seeds for Phytolacca americana, not Phytolacca boom, let me know. And everything else is growing well. So in this little bed, I bought a rescued one of those Musa Everett's, and it seems to be growing pretty well. So let's see what happens with that. And then this courtier, Krug's Compact, starting to flower. Unusual looking thing. I do love this bed, just the general view of it with the flowers coming through. You've got a spicata there, Cassonia spicata poking through, the Alstroemeria, and this Persicaria is just lovely. So yeah, I'm really happy with this bed. It's worked out really well, although everything's looking a bit wind battered. The cannas have been blown over a bit. I need to straighten those up. But yeah, I think we got away with it relatively mildly down here. So I went down to Monmouth to visit the guys down at Millbrook Garden Centre, run by Dean, and helped ably by Dave and also Dale. Had a private tour of Dale's garden, which is great, and also Dean let me film around the garden centre, showing you some of the plants and the highlights, and the kind of stock they've got there. So let's have a look.
So Millbrook has a fantastic amount of palms for sale, from bootias, waggies. Also you've got Trachycarpus fortunei. Lots of palms. Look at this Brahea they have here. And these magnificent statement palms are dotted all around this quite large garden centre. Lots of bootias as well. And then further on from the palms, the bamboos, more palms, and then into a more arid selection. So you've got this Bestumaria, other bootias, cordylines, yuccas. Just a great selection of unusual plants, stuff you don't normally find. You have to kind of hunt around for. Puyas, different kind of arid plants, yuccas, Nalinas and Dazzlerions. Beautiful rostratas, linearifolias. All different sizes to suit any kind of budget, really. And then there's more palms. And then the general garden centre for your cottage garden. There's Dale in there. There's a lovely little garden that they create as well around it. They have a lot of space that they can just display things. It's not all crammed in, which is great to see. And then acers, vines, and olive trees. Just beautiful. Then inside this polytunnel, this is a exotic plant polytunnel, and they have a huge selection again. They've got another delivery coming up next week apparently as well. So Brugmansias, Hedychiums, gingers, cannas, colocasias. Some real rare and oddity kind of plants. Eucomis sat there as well. Astelias. That's an unusual plant. Baccharis. So so it's not your bog standard exotic plants. It's just a selection of so many different types and varieties. For any exotic gardener, there is just such a great selection to choose from. And of course, this was full a month ago. Gets sold pretty quick. Few bananas and things in there. Velutinas, I think, is in there as well as Ensetes. I think that's just the rescue plant section that I found there. I don't think it's meant to be on show. Look at the bananas. So Musabasju, Valentina, Akamata there. Some Ensetes. And it's just plants that I don't even know. There's a nice Cassonia spicata there. As you know, I grow them from seed here. Yeah, Polonias and just everything you could imagine and everything you could need. It's well worth a visit. So if you're ever down sort of Monmouth way, I seriously suggest you go and check these guys out. And then in the indoor planting area, or the indoor display area, again, completely different selection of plants, agapanthus, Cassonias, you name it, it's in there. And then bonsai, even bonsais, not my bag. Tetrapanax, so many Scheffleras. Loads of Alpinas, loads of Taiwanianas. Fatsia polycarpus in there as well. So as you can see, it's a very large garden centre with a lot of different variety of products, some of which I don't even know what they are. It's not something that I would look into growing. And it usually is a bit fuller than this. It just shows you how busy these guys get. Just look at all these Scheffler Alpinas that they have here, sat there. Dave was telling me that they pretty much bought as many of the Alpinas as they could from the Dutch suppliers because they knew how good they would be. So you had Farfugiums, lots of Zincabas, Cassonias, more Scheffleras, different fig forms. So yeah, really worth checking out because they have such a great selection of plants. And there are more rooms that I didn't film. There's a whole room of kind of ferns, etc. Ligularas there. They've got some Cyathias available, tree ferns available. Millbrook Garden Centre in Monmouth. Go check it out, guys.